back once more for another beer review. Today we have Alpha Claus from Floyds Brewery, which is out of somewhere in Indiana. I looked up the city and I forgot it, and I'm not recording this, so oh well. Here we go. Alpha Claus is Alpha King's festive cousin, a big American Christmas porter brewed with English chocolate malt, Mexican sugar, and of course tons of strange American hops. 3floyds.com. All right, trying to see what our alcohol volume is. Christmas porter, you've told me that. I'm not seeing what our percent is here, because I always like to at least tell you guys that much. Maybe on the cap. Nope, I'm not seeing anything. Give me 1 second and I want to verify this. Alright, looked on their website. It is a 7.3%. Alright, so we got a heavy hitter today. Porter. Should be delicious. Now, I'm not going to be able to tell you if it's English chocolate malt. I'll just be able to tell you if it's chocolate malt. I'm going to pop this bad boy open. Could I have opened it with my hand? Yeah, but I like to use my cool bottle cap opener from an Australian naval ship. Today's glass is not a pint glass per se, but it's from the Sapporo Beer Museum. So that's pretty cool. I hit that way too hard. I'm way too excited for this. I've had 3 Floyds before. They're pretty good. I don't think I've had the one that this is based off of. At least I don't think so. But they're always cool. They've always had these really cool designs. Usually really cool names as well. Pretty edgy. A lot of edge to it. We love edging. Alright, so a little bit of a head there. That is just a fully dark beer. No light is escaping from that. That was definitely in the climax to Interstellar. A little Interstellar reference for you. You know, the smell doesn't match almost the darkness of it. It's a very light smell. It's almost a very sweet, light malty smell of definitely a Christmas ale. Well, this is a Christmas porter. But yeah, very unoffensive smell. Gotta love that. Nothing too strong. So all that's left to do is actually drink the damn thing. Ooh, that is strong. Wow. Yeah. Chocolate malt, yeah. Heavy malt, heavy hops. Wow, that bottle was not lying. You know, Mexican sugar in there. I've had Mexican Coke, a cola. If it's in there, I'm not finding it. I'm getting straight malt porter. Not a bad thing. You know, I think I've actually... I'm surprised it's only... It says on the website, I have it up right here, 7.3%. I'm almost surprised it's not more. It's not a higher percent. At least that's what it tastes like. Ooh. There's a weird aftertaste to this. But really quick, just off the advertised taste, we'll go with a 4.5 on the advertised taste. It's malty and chocolatey, I'll tell you that much. God, yeah, the look and the taste does not match that smelling profile at all. If you could not see this and I just had you smell it, you were thinking you're gonna get a nice light Christmas ale. But I have a hat on inside. I don't want to put that on right now. So now I gotta get into my personal taste enjoyment, and I feel like I'm not gonna pause the video. I'm gonna make my decision here. Because I do love me a good stout. And on an initial taste, I just wasn't expecting how strong that was going to be based on the smell. It tastes good until, like, yep, right there. There is a weird, very bad aftertaste in the back. It's like the worst parts of an IPA. It's very earthy. It's a very earthy taste in the back of my throat. Not one that I thought I was going to really get. But... I mean, honestly, that the taste in the back of my throat almost matches the crazy artwork on here. I feel like that's what's in my throat right now. Pause. Let's see. What do I want to give it? I'm leaning toward... God, see, this is why I really want to expand towards a 10-point system. 5-point systems are so hard to work with, even with halves. I guess half points is still a 10-point system, but, you know, tomato, potato, whatever. I'm going to go with 3.5. I think a 1.5 deduction is fine, just because it's not as sweet maybe as it was saying with that sugar. But very, like I said, there's an aftertaste to it that's just, you'd have to really taste it. It's not good on the throat. It's not. But now we get into the category of chugging it, and I can already tell you probably how this is going to score. We'll pour a little more in there. Having a hard time figuring out how to hold this glass. Like I said, it's not a pint glass, but I don't know. It's, you know, it's Japanese, whatever that means to you. All right, let's chug it a little bit. Surprisingly smoother than you'd think. Again, you probably don't want to be chugging down porters, stouts, this heavy of a beer. Fucking that aftertaste, man, it's killing me. But surprisingly not as hard to chug as you might think, at least as hard as I thought it was going to be. I'll go with the 3. I was really ready to give it a 2 probably in that category, just because it is what it is. And again, that doesn't indicate a bad beer. It's just some of them are easier to chug, some of them aren't. Honestly, you probably want to chug it to avoid, to, you know, further delay that the bad aftertaste in your throat. All right, let's add up the scores real quick. All right, your final score for Alpha Claws by 3 Floyds Brewery is a 3.66666666, repeating. Good beer. Like I said, it is tasty. It's worth it. It's worth trying. Just be prepared. There's an aftertaste. Maybe some people might like the aftertaste. Personally, I don't enjoy that aftertaste. Buy again, maybe, if I'm in the mood for it. I think I've had better Christmas port, not just Christmas, there's better porters out there in general. But you know, this one might just fit what you're looking for. If you're looking for a really hoppy porter with a bitter aftertaste, it's good for that. So some of my personal opinions is I'm like, I'm not so sure I like the hoppy aftertaste after my, you know, my nutty porter chocolatey taste. But that's why I make these reviews. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, comment below anything you'd like to see me review, or if I'm dumb and this is the greatest beer ever made. See you on the next one.
In their tongue, he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.